These side-lying hip glides are my favorite way to work hip internal rotation. They're going to help increase your range both passively, and you can use it as an active drill as well. So all we need for this is an elevated surface that our hips can sit on. I like to use a foam roller, small one, big one, they'll all do the job, and then some kind of weight. Start lighter initially, maybe a 10 kilo, 8 kilo, something like that. And then as you get good at this, get it up to personally, I like the 20 kilo plus, just offers me a bit more encouragement to glide through the movement. So to set this up, I'd like you to place this foam roller kind of in your upper thigh, the side of the upper thigh up here. So don't go too high on your hip because you don't want to fall off it, right? So kind of like lower hip, upper thigh. Then you're going to do that and have your hip bent at 90. So let me get this here, boom. And now the hip is bent at 90 here, so 90 degrees being this bend here, yeah? And just the knees on top of one another. Then the weight can go on top and one elbow down. So this is your starting position here. Now at the moment, the hips are stacked on top of one another. Then all I'm gonna do is allow this top leg to slide down as far as it can on top of the other one. So they're staying in the same line. I'm just going forward and back. And we're just gliding down and up, down and up. And if you've never done this before, you might feel a bit of pinching at the bottom, especially if you're on the tighter side. That's myself here as well. And you don't want to go too crazy initially. Get yourself used to this exercise first, especially if you're feeling discomfort deep in that internal rotation range, right? Probably the fact that you are looking to improve your internal rotation means there's some kind of a block potentially, and it might be uncomfortable down the bottom. So just be mindful of that and don't go too crazy. Then once you get really good at this and you've been doing these passive slides for a while and it's feeling quite comfortable, you're feeling like you're getting a bit of range, what you can then do is look to go active, which means I'm going to use that bottom leg to pull the top leg even deeper, right? So as the weight slides down, I'm going to think about that bottom leg pulling the front leg further forward. And what you're doing there is then using your own strength to try and go deeper into internal rotation. Now this top hand, I'm holding onto the weight, but I can also use it to help press, to add a little bit more of encouragement if I need to, yeah? And then in this way, you can work, as I mentioned, passive or active. Slowly, slowly, and once you get really good at this, what you'll actually feel is a bit of a stretch on the outer hip, that kind of glute area of the bottom leg. As that internal rotation gets deeper, those external rotators get stretched a little bit. Cool. For this, I like to kind of work that, 10 to 15 rep range, working towards heavier weight as well over time. And that is your hip internal rotation glides.